Alrighty,
Bleh.
welcome into the Royals rotation. Thank you for that, Rudy. I really appreciate
You're
it.
welcome.
Start the show. Royals lose. Royals
That's
lose.
about how the day's going.
Yep, that's about it. Royals lose 5-1 to the Minnesota Twins in the series finale. They still win the series 2-1. Um, Very patented Royals offensive performance. Did not score a run till the bottom of the eighth inning. Um, they gave up the lead early on a throwing error by Salvador Perez. The game pretty much goes dead then until the eighth inning. The Royals and the Twins traded runs, and then in the top of the ninth, Steven Cruz gives up 3 solo home runs that pretty much put the game to bed. And yeah, Rudy, how you doing, man?
All things considered, not too bad. Survived. Apparently the worst storm ever
Oh yeah,
around here.
the monsoon.
Yeah.
They're like, it was a monsoon out there. I'm like, it was like drizzling rain and windy.
Well, I don't know if you were looking at the cameras in the K. It looks like a goddamn hurricane.
Oh yeah, good enough. Wasn't bad enough. They kept playing.
Yep.
They kept playing, and then today I think it was just windy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um.
Last night very foggy and rainy.
Oh yeah.
Today with just windy as shit. I'm pretty sure like most of the area was under tornado watch. So.
We didn't talk about this last night because it was such a minor point of it, but Royce Lewis eating shit while losing the ball in the fog last night was genuine. I needed that laugh in my life. I've been working late the last few nights, been annoyed at work, so that happening just kind of made my day. Watching him
I
just
don't
lose it.
I don't know which one I laughed more at, that one or Chase Mydroth's last season. That one I was on the floor about because that one it was the one I don't know if you remember.
It bounced off his head,
Doinked him right off his head.
loses it in the light, hits him right in the head, and it leads to the Royals rallying to win the game.
Yeah.
That's what made it worse. If it was just on its own, you'd be like, that was just a goofy moment. But that started the rally that the Royals then ended up winning the game on. But yeah, so I mean, where we start, I think maybe start with a little positive here. Cole Reagans, we talked about how we went through the first run of the rotation, the starting rotation, and Reagans was the one that you were kind of disappointed in, and I think everyone was disappointed in for how he played in the opening day game. He comes back here, and I don't. I think it's very unfortunate that that loss counts as on his record because I don't think he deserved the loss on his record. I think he played really well. He goes 6 innings, only gives up 4 hits, 8 strikeouts, and no earned runs. That's the part that
Yeah.
annoys me. So, and you need to maybe I'm wrong on this. So, if that run doesn't get scored, the one on the air, does it still count as a loss against him? Like,
Yeah.
say that doesn't happen, but then he gets taken out of the game at 0-0, and then the Royals give up the lead. Would that still have been counted as a loss for him?
As in
Like, say the rest of the
if the
game played
Royal if
out.
the,
Say the rest of the game played out the same way. Like, it's just you take the one errored runoff, but they all happen at the same time.
then yeah, no, he would not get credited with the loss.
So that's what bugs me because the run doesn't count against him, but the loss does. That is the dumbest fucking stat. I guess that's part of the reason why you're like, maybe like obviously win loss means something, but yeah, I don't know. Like I saw that pop up after the game that he's 0-2. I'm like, this one was not on cool. It sucks that that's on his ledger. Um, but a really good response after opening day from Cole Reagans. What did you think?
Yeah, no, I think you said it pretty well. Good way to bounce back, and we talked about it towards the beginning of the year. It's kind of a little eerie how it's the same kind of pattern, not the same ramp up as last year. Last year, I'm pretty sure he went from the rocky opening day to having, I think it was like 10 or 11 strikeouts.
Yeah,
Not the same obviously, but still pretty good. 8 Ks, 6 innings. Solid work from Cole Reagans today.
I brought it up as well that it was kind of surprising that he got through. I thought he'd probably go out in the 5th. He got all 6, even with how his count was getting ran up pretty early. But he hung in there, gave 6 really good innings, gets a quality start. That's, I believe, the 3rd quality start. Oh, sorry, that's the 4th quality start from a Royals pitcher so far this year. Out of the 6 games, 4 quality starts. So, really good start, I think, from the Royals rotation. Need to get into the offense, and there's not much to get into. No one gets more than 1 hit from the Royals. The only RBI goes to Vinny on a sac fly. And
I'll say it seemed like Taj Bradley had some of the hitters in fits. Struck out Bobby on a 100-mile-per-hour fastball straight down the middle looking. That was probably the most surprising to me.
Yeah.
Don't really see that a lot. So Frozum was looking pretty solid today, but yeah, some of the hitters definitely looking pretty bad.
So last night, I kind of took the charge on yelling about Bailey Falter and the problems he has there. I'm going to let you take the lead on this. Probably the big negative out of this game. You brought him up to me because I wasn't able to really watch the game live. I was literally leaving. I had to leave for work at, after the 2nd inning. Lane Thomas probably has the best opportunity to change the game with the bases loaded. And it's kind of the continuation of his struggles so far since the start of the season. So I'm going to let you get into that.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy how everything happened. Because you get to the 4th, Vinny starts off, gets a hit. Caglione gets on kind of from a bobble off Cody Clemens from first base. And you start thinking, all right, the Royals can kind of bounce back from that run that they give up. Isaac Collins gets on with, I think, Keesall had kind of an error at second. I believe the ball just kind of bobbled off his glove.
Yep.
But he was able to get on, and then here comes Lane Thomas, and it's just kind of the same feeling that you had whenever MJ Melendez was on the team, and it's like, well, shit.
Yeah.
Does it really have to come to this guy? And the worst, it's the punch in the mouth probably 1-2 count, and it's not even a full swing. It's a little half-ass swing.
Check swing.
And yeah, check swing, half-ass swing. Anyway, at a ball that's like at his knee, probably a little bit below, and that's the inning. That's probably the Royals' best chance early getting runs, and it's just an absolute rally killer. And it kills you. Like we talked about, obviously, until the bottom of the 8th. They didn't get any runs until then, so just killed the momentum. And another thing that probably didn't help was the fact that Carter Jensen was scratched from the lineup. But that's something else that we'll talk about later. Yeah.
That in just a bit. Next is, as we talked about, they get back a run in the 8th. So the Twins have the bases loaded in the top of the 8th inning. Schreiber got himself in quite a situation, but ends up only giving up 1 run out of it. And the Royals get a run right back. And it still feels right in their striking distance. And then Steven Cruz, who I think I gave a pretty good amount of praise for last night for the fact that he really bailed Alex Lang out of trouble in the 8th inning. He comes in the 9th inning, and he gives up 3 solo home runs. He gives up 1 to Cody Clement, he gives 1 to Matt Wallner, and he gives up 1 to Josh Bell. And that, I would say even after the first one, you felt like, that's probably it. Like, I don't know. I don't feel good about the Royals getting 2 runs in the next inning. And he was like, I'm just going to make sure they can't come back from this one. Josh Bell hit his second home run of the series. I don't know what the hell is going on with that, but yeah, I don't know what you really say about it. When you give up 3 solo home runs, and it wasn't back to back, was it? I think like one of them were back to back, but I don't think it was 3 back to back to back, was it?
Trying to look here.
If he did,
I think
I'd be like, holy crap, man.
Bell. Uh, I think Bell and Clemens. Yeah, I think so. I think Bell and Clemens went back to back.
Yeah, that's brutal. Yeah, that's brutal right there. Yeah, I mean, it's tough for Steven Cruz. I don't really, I don't want to be unfair because if Bailey Falter would have done that, I would have shit a brick house. But Cruz doing it, I'm like, what? How do you do that? How do you give up? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's just, in the end of the day, it's like, yeah, we didn't score another run, so it didn't matter. But holy shit, man! Like, actually, holy shit! How do you give up 3 solo home runs?
Yeah.
Um, we'll get into this Carter Jensen story. You sent it to me, and then about 5 minutes later, I got the notification about it that Carter Jensen gets scratched from the lineup. I think when I saw that he didn't get in the lineup, I'm like, okay, like because they're giving Caglione. Caglione was the DH, and I was like, all right, maybe they're switching things up. I didn't think much of it, and then he overslept his alarm, so he had to get scratched from the lineup, which was like that shit happened. Like, man, how the fuck does that happen in professional sports? Like, I was like, man, I have the most fucked sleep schedule in the world, and yet I'm up and around. Like, how the fuck do you not get there in time? Like, holy shit, man. I know
Yeah,
professional
especially when you're
esports
making
players.
making like thousands of dollars.
I know professional esports players who have a better time like getting up and active, like, oh man, I have to be there at 11. Holy shit. That I mean, it's more of a thing you just look at and you're like, that's just dumb but goofy. Like,
Yeah,
I think,
apparently he has 6 to 8 alarms is what I saw on a TikTok.
yeah, and he said he vowed to set 1,000,000 alarms now,
Yeah.
which is a good call, bold strategy, but good call.
I would say probably just have Vinny as your roommate. I feel like if you have Vinny as your roommate, you're never sleeping in.
Oh, you think so?
Dude, have you seen anything that guy does? That guy's a lunatic.
Yeah, I don't
I
see
love
much
that
what
guy,
the
but
motherfuckers
he's
do.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's like the whole thing's fake on this, but the drinking eggs.
Oh yeah, no, I have heard about that. That he does drink eggs.
Yeah. I I did love the time though where I think it was just during the World Series like press days. He was there interviewing Shohei Ohtani, and Shohei Ohtani obviously has thrown two of the fastest pitches against Vinny Pasquantino that he's ever thrown. And Vinny was like, "Why do you throw so hard against me, Shohei?" And Shohei is just like, "You're a very good hitter." And Vinny's like, "That's not good enough, Shohei. Why do you not like me?"
Oh, yeah, maybe he
It's a
does
fair
do that.
question. The
Maybe he
fuck
does
did
do
Vinny
that.
do to
Yeah,
Shohei Ohtani?
yeah, I don't know. I don't. I just racist against Italians. Um. Well, I think is there. I mean, is there? I think when you kind of encapsulate the whole series against the Twins, obviously you're happy. I think the baseline was you gotta get this series win. You had to answer from the Braves series where you should have won it, but you kind of blew it. This one you do win. You drop the game 3 after you'd already clinched the series. Um, I think we got a lot of good stuff out of. I mean, the 3 starts we got from our rotation, all very good starts. It was good to see Bubic seemingly back to form after his injury. Cameron starts off his sophomore season really well, and Reagan's response from his opening day struggles. So like all good from that account. I think Kyle Isbell, from an offensive standpoint, I think he's kind of the story of the series, how well he played.
Yeah, he owned Minnesota the series.
He was insane. What the fuck? I saw that.
Belt to ass.
I don't know. Is there anything like what do you kind of like? What's your kind of overview of this one?
Yeah, I mean, the outfield produced, except I mean this game, but for the most part, offensively, the 7, 8, 9 hitters got it done. So hopefully, in this next series, we'll see the rest of the guys start picking up. I'd like to see Bobby start getting a hotter bat, maybe pick up his first big fly of the year.
That would be nice. Well, we're gonna get into it. The upcoming series, we're right back at it tomorrow. The 5-1 Milwaukee Brewers come to Kansas City. Get into the game one tomorrow night. We get a nationally televised game. It's our second nationally televised game of the year. We're only 7 games into the season. We already probably have about the same amount as we had all of 2024.
Gabe's going to be really bummed about this, everyone, though, because this takes away from Rex Hudler.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what?
This takes the game away from Hud.
They haven't put on Hosmer since game 1. Or I think it was game 2 against Atlanta.
Yeah, they've been rotating them out.
Well, it's been Guthrie for the last 2 games.
Yep.
So, and I think it was even Guthrie in game 3 against Atlanta.
Yeah, it's Guthrie for the... Well, no, I'm pretty sure it's Guthrie for the Minnesota series.
No, I think it was Guthrie also in game 2. I mean, game 3 against Atlanta.
No, I'm pretty sure it's Haas.
I don't know. They need to not let Haas do any more of those. Bring back Hud. But I mean, if I recall right, I don't have a big problem with the Apple TV guys. I have more problem with the Apple TV cameraman because sometimes the ball gets hit and the cameraman can't find the fucking ball. Fires it to left field. This motherfucker's like got it zoomed in on the second baseman. I'm like, where the fuck is it? And then
hey, they probably have like a 20-some-year-old intern high off the galaxy gas.
And then
let him be.
Or like the ball gets shot down the third base line, and the camera's just kind of sitting there, just kind of watching the whole scene of the outfield, and they're not showing the man who is right now bolting around third base trying to head home. I'm like, and then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, he scored. I'm like, thanks, awesome camera work, guys, fucking awesome from cameramen. They were high off their ass in one of their Apple TV games. Like, absolutely high. And I don't know. But getting into the Milwaukee series, game 1, we were just talking right before we started recording that Michael Wacha is expected to be scratched from his start due to injury. So in his place...
Illness, yeah.
Sorry. In his place, getting called up, because I was like, oh, so does that mean it's Seth Lugo? No, they're calling up Luinder Avila. He made the 40-man roster last year. Had some good outings, solid outings. And he's going to get a start against Chad Patrick for game 1. Outside of the few times he came out of the bullpen last year, I don't know much about Avila, but I know that every time I listen to people talk about it, like, they talk pretty highly of him. So, what do you know about him?
Yeah. Avila looked pretty good in the WBC. Has a pretty good, or I'd say nasty curveball. From what I've seen, solid fastball, combo. So very excited to see what he'll have in store for tomorrow. Getting a little extended look. Compared to his bullpen appearances last year.
also just like, hey, you get to go against, go against a 5-1 team on the Apple TV Friday night game. That's not too bad. Trying to let me look up real quick. Chad Patrick, what he has done so far. Last time because I'm sure he's only gotten in one game so far. Well, I already have to put an asterisk on his one start because it was against the White Sox.
Oh, I could have told you that.
But he went 4 1/3. Gave up 5 hits, 1 earned run. But obviously they won because it was the White Sox. And I think the White Sox, for the moment at least, still deserve to be in AAA. But yeah, no, I'm really excited to see. I mean, whenever you said that it's expected to be Avila, I was like, oh, I'm actually really excited to see that because, I mean, obviously very happy with how Waka performed, but it feels like the last few times we've been talking about this bullpen and the changes we make, we always talk about Avila. So it'd be nice to get a extended look at him, and you never know because like I feel like that was kind of a mentality that was going in when Noah Cameron got his first start last year. That it was I'm trying to who got hurt that caused that to happen. I want to say it may have been Lugo, who had to deal with like a back issue or something.
Maybe.
But Cameron goes in and you never really knew what to you didn't know what to expect, and he goes out there and he goes 7 hitless innings, and from there on in he earned a spot in the rotation where he is today. So excited to see it. Game 2, we've got Brandon Sprout versus Seth Lugo. Lugo getting his second start. I'm gonna pull up Sprout's game real quick. I mean, I guess over these two matchups, like, do you, just knowing those two matchups, I'm assuming that you probably like Sprout versus Lugo more just because we don't know what we're going to get in Avila yet.
Yeah, I mean, Lugo, we've kind of seen what to expect so far this season, so, yeah, that'll probably be the better matchup out of the two so far.
Seems like these Milwaukee Brewers pitchers don't, at least these starters, don't go a lot of innings. Because, yeah, Patrick only go 4 1/3, and Brandon Sprout only went 3 innings in his first start. Once again against the White Sox, but he gave up 7. Oh, that's why he gave up 7 earned runs against the Chicago White Sox. Was that the game that we were doing the watch along and we're like, how the fuck are the White Sox up like 7-2 on the fucking Brewers, and then they blew the lead?
Maybe.
That's fucking nutty. And then the last matchup we got, it's Kris Bubic versus Kyle Harrison.
Kyle Harrison's pretty solid.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't hate. I mean, Harrison versus Bubic, I think, is a good matchup. Just in general, like it's Harrison's solid, Bubic is solid. I love Sprout versus Lugo, and I'm excited to see Avila. And this, I mean, it's another kind of prove it series for the Royals because we felt like they really blew the opportunity in Atlanta, but they go take care of business against Minnesota. This is right now. It's a 5-1 baseball team. Just what do you kind of think of the overall series? So, like going into it.
Well, I'll say they kind of dodged a bullet not having to face the ace of the Brewers, the Miz, Jacob. I'm not even gonna try and pronounce his last name because I always butcher it.
Hold on, let me see. Jacob.
I just always call him the Miz. So, thank God we don't have to go up against him, because that guy is filthy. But the Brewers aren't gonna be an easy team to get past. They have a guy that was also another Team USA teammate of Bobby Witt Jr. and Bryce Turang. A world class talent. He's going to be very good. William Contreras, another solid player. Christian Yelich, great player. So the Brewers aren't a team to scoff at. So going to be a good series for sure. But definitely, I feel like dodged a bullet not having to face the Miz.
I have his pronunciation, by the way. Mizorowski.
Yeah,
Rowski, sorry.
that makes sense. Yeah, Mizorowski.
Jacob
Yeah.
Mizorowski. I had to look it up, and it's very helpful. It goes Miz, as in lizard, and then Row rhymes with how, ski.
Ah,
I was like, yes, brilliant.
it all the dots are connecting in my
I
brain.
actually had a moment like that today at work, where they have these things for the kids to like sound out the words, and it's like it's like B plus, and it's a picture of an I. I'm like, okay, bye, and then plus, and then there's a picture of a sick kid, and then L, and I'm like, bicycle. I figured it out. I'm a genius. Look at the kind of the offense at the. Oh yeah, guess who the Brewers have in the bullpen though, Rudy?
I know, Angel Zerpa.
Your favorite person, Angel Serpa, is there. But yeah, they have kind of looking into their offense. You got William Contreras, you got Bryce Terang, Jacob Bowers. Is that how you say it? Is that the right pronunciation? Bowers?
Yeah, Jake Bowers. Yep.
Bowers. And then Christian
Sal
Yelich.
Frelick. Yep.
Yep. Luis
Rengifo.
Yeah. No. Look, I don't know exactly what it's kind of tough to tell on them because they are 5-1, but they beat the shit out of the White Sox, and they just finished off, I think, going 2 out of 3 against the Rays. So, yeah, it's a good start for them, but as I said, we 100% should be 5-2. Or sorry, 4-2. Like that Braves series we'll obviously forget about it after a while, but I'm still like, game 2 just still pisses me off eternally. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think we're set.
Alrighty. Well, I think that'll do it for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night for the post game. Hopefully, celebrating the Royals win on after the Apple TV game. And for now, we'll see you in the next one.